This 2016 season was a learning and growing year. I think we were really young. We brought back a lot of injured players, so it was a group with freshmen and some injured kids coming back. It was a really good year for us to learn and grow as a team. And it just took, a little too long for us to kind of put it all together, but I think we're moving in the right direction. Something that I think we learned from this season is that consistency. You can't turn the light switch on when you want to be competitive in some games and, just show up for other games. And I think that starting off the season on a really great note is really important. And we kind of started off flat, which kind of had a lot of impact on our season. So I think the biggest thing is of developing chemistry and consistency throughout the year, I think is the main two things. I think in the Marquette game, we saw our true fight and our true grit and what Cincinnati is all about. Like I said in the beginning, it was tough to go down that way, but it was good to see. And it all kind of came together, and you could see the team playing for each other instead of against each other, which was really exciting. I think the younger kids really kind of took on to the game of it being our last, opportunity to show our development and show our growth as a program. And some kids really stepped up big, and some kids that didn't have a lot of points or didn't have a lot of goals or caused turnovers also stepped up big and did some really good things for us throughout the game. And definitely think that it was a way for our kids to go out last year saying, you know what, like that's our team, and we can put some more goals in the back of the net and fight a little harder, we'll be right up there in the Big East tournament next year. Proudest moment this year, what I would definitely say, I would probably couple it into two. The first was this season when we started off and we played two teams that we just didn't know we didn't show up for last year, and we challenged them to come out and be better and be have more fight and more competitiveness, and we did. The Detroit Central Michigan weekend was a huge weekend for us to come out and just demolish and just control those two games, which we didn't last year, so that was a really great moment for our program. And the Robert Morris game, same thing. And the second moment was, I would say, our Georgetown game, just because that was a game where we struggled in the previous games of following game plan and trusting what was going to help us be successful. In that game, we did a really good job of sticking to the game plan and having fight and giving effort and kind of everything into one. That was almost the perfect game if we would have had the ball bounce a couple different ways. But that was one of the most perfectly executed games for us as far as a program. It means a lot for Kira to get first team All Big East honors this year. It's exciting. I was really, really excited for her, knowing that we had the year that we had and it wasn't as successful as we wanted it to be. For her to still get recognized as one of the top 4 defenders in our conference is a major honor. Our conference obviously is a really great conference, so really excited for her. And again, for us, she's our first team all-conference player, with Courtney being second team last year. So it's great just for the recognition of the development of her play and our program, and that we're going in the right direction. For Meg Gulmy to surpass Liz Hogan, who's a really talented goalie playing for the U.S. team, in saves for career saves in the Big East, is huge for her and her confidence and the growth of our program. And we talk about defensively, the types of shots that we give up, and she was able to carry the defense on her back multiple games, and the defense saved her butt some games. So it's good for her to have that recognition to go out her senior year with some type of honor, and she was a really big key component for us growing and developing as a program, so I was really happy for her. I think that it was a double-edged sword this year with our younger kids looking up to and kind of following our leadership. They kind of took a back seat and allowed them to take the front seat instead of kind of driving with them. So I'm really excited for our juniors and junior sophomores and freshmen to just develop into that role of there's no one in the driver's seat, everyone's driving together, and playing that role. And there are some kids that stepped up this season. Skylar DeLamos, and her caused turnovers went up this year, and her leadership within the defense and her role within our defense was really huge. And there's some kids on the offensive end and in the midfield that just did a really great job of playing their role, and we're expecting them to do really big things and have more of a presence coming back for us next year.